Welcome to Virgis Funhouse.
Come find us on Twitter and Instagram. Please subscribe and hit that bell to be notified of new videos.
Hey guys, welcome to Burgess Funhouse. We are in Travel to Unicorn Island Obby for the Sparks Week 4 Metaverse Champions event. So when you come in, it tells you to go talk to the Easter Bunny. So we're going to talk to him. And I'm not going to speed this video up because there are a couple tricky parts and I do have some tips for you guys. I did it without buying any game passes or anything like that just because not everyone has Robux to spend on games. So I wanted to do it as fair as possible. So you have to go through this obby and get these special fragments that are found throughout the map. Now they're easy to see, you cannot miss them, so you don't have to worry about that. What you have to worry about is getting through the obby itself. Alright, so you do have a little pet person. You don't have to have it equipped down there at the bottom, but she will kind of give you tips at some points during the quest. Now I thought she would do it on every different checkpoint, but she does not, so I don't know. But you can go through and there are different things here that you can buy and so forth. But like I said, I did not do anything like that. So let's go ahead and get started here with the obby. Alright, so first thing it tells us is that you have to jump across the unicorn heads. So you can click or jump to get rid of that at the bottom. So this one's really simple. We're just going to jump across. Alright, so next one we have to jump on the unicorn poop. So let's jump across the unicorn poop. Not too bad. Alright, then we have to jump across the horseshoes. So let's go across these horseshoes here. Now for this one, make sure you get right at the corner. It's a little bit of a tricky jump. Right here, same thing. Okay, and other than that, it's pretty easy. I'm just taking my time because you know me and obbies, not the greatest. Alright, so now we just have to jump, or climb up here, sorry. Climb up here and go across. Remember, you get checkpoints all throughout this map, so thank goodness it's not one of those ones that, you know, you have to start all the way over. All of these platforms here have a special checkpoint. Now this one is tricky because the jump mechanic does not work in certain spots of it, and I wanted to show you guys this. So I do fall off at some point because it just knocks me off. So try to make sure you are jumping in the middle of these and make sure you're getting really high bounces before you try to attempt to go to the next cloud, because if you don't, then it will knock you off, and it happened to me a few times. So I'm just trying to make sure I have nice, oh, you see, trying to make sure I have nice big bounces and try to land in the middle of the clouds instead of on the edges of the clouds. So let's do that again. You see, I have to make sure my bounces are in the right spot here before I start moving on. Most of these are pretty easy. There's one where you get to the sprinkles, and the sprinkles are by far the hardest part. I think it was level 32, but you'll see it when you get up. Other than that, it really doesn't take too long. I just kind of got stuck there and had to take a little break and get some help. Alright, so now these will fall, so we just have to jump across quickly, and it doesn't fall super fast, so there's like really no huge rush. Alright, here's our first one, and a cool little cutscene. Alright, so there's our first one, and we can see her chest back there. Alright, so now let's continue jumping across these popsicles. I like this one in that it's not a lot of really stressful, frustrating things all back to back. Some easy, some a little bit more difficult. So we're just going to jump across these logs here. Alright, and there's our checkpoint. Now we obviously have to avoid the black stuff, or brown, whatever you want to call this stuff. And, you know, just follow what our little unicorn says down there at the bottom. So now we just jump over the bushes. More bushes, but this time it's a little bit more of a narrow path. Still not too bad though. And they're not evenly spaced, so careful. Right, so now I'm going to show you the correct walkways. Purple, then purple again, and then blue. Right now we just need to jump, and we have, our next rainbow shard here for the cutscene, and then we need to jump across the lollipops. Okay, so let's jump across the lollipops. Pretty simple. Some of them are a little far spaced, so just make sure you're getting on the edge of the lollipop before you jump. Alright, so now for this one, you just kind of want to jump quickly. Make sure that the bar is kind of more towards the middle so you can jump across before it has time to swing all the way back around. So when it's kind of in the middle, just go ahead and jump. Now this one you have to keep jumping so that you don't slide off. And you have to do it all across the whole rainbow. So make sure you just keep jumping so you don't slide off into the world and have to restart. Alright, next, and this one obviously you just avoid the bushes, don't run into them. And jump over the log to our checkpoint. Alright, now I'm going to tell you the path here so you don't have to keep restarting. Pink, purple, white, white, pink, white, and then purple. And then this one, obviously, just jump over the holes. And again, like I said, a lot of these are not difficult at all. They have some really difficult ones, but usually, you can figure those out pretty quickly. Except for the sprinkles, and you will see. Alright, so here's our next rainbow shard. We are getting there. We are so close to being finished. So wait for the cutscene. Alright, now this one, I thought you had to avoid the black stuff, but you really don't. So just make sure you keep kind of jumping so it doesn't push you off. That's the important part. You don't have to avoid the crazy goo stuff. So just keep jumping. And then your checkpoint, thank goodness. Alright, so this one will move you fast, so you just have to be careful. Remember, you can jump yourself to slow yourself down so that it stops pushing you. So you can see how I did that there. Alright, and again, we're going to walk across this, but this one you have to keep jumping because it will knock you off. So for these things here, after we get our shard and do our cutscene, you have to obviously avoid the big bands of the crazy goo. Alright, so here we go. Oh, no, not that way. Trying to go the wrong way. Alright, so we have to avoid the dark brown stuff here and jump across. It's not too bad. These go pretty slow. There is one later on that moves a little bit faster. Alright, so it says the path looks like it turns invisible, but you can still see it, so it's really not too difficult here. So we just need to jump across. I was trying to check it out and make sure I knew exactly where to go in case it did disappear on me, but it doesn't, so no stress here. It does become a little bit more see-through, but you can still obviously tell where they are. Right, checkpoint. And again, now we just have to go across carefully, but you can still see the path. Not quite as invisible as they say. Alright, our next shard. Now, the next one we have to avoid the unicorn puke, which just looks like bubbles to me. So I'm glad it's not disgusting. So this one's pretty simple. They're not evenly spaced. That's the only thing you have to be careful for, but other than that, it's not too bad. So let's hop across. Okay, so you can obviously buy a coil here, or you don't have to. Like I said, I did not spin it. So for this one, the trick, I just held down my space bar to make myself keep jumping, or otherwise I kept kind of falling down in the middle. So just hold down the space bar, make sure you're getting towards the edge before you move to the next thing of water there. So you can see how I'm just continuing to jump the whole time, making sure I get on the edge before I move to the next section. Okay. And I'm just taking my time so I don't fall. And here's our next rainbow shard. for a little cutscene here. So again, you avoid this goo stuff, which is, I think she called it dark matter. So you can jump over it if you need to. These do spin a little bit faster than the ones that we had previously here. So there we go. Right, these are simple. And then we have the hardest part for me anyways. We jump across these, really easy. I was expecting it to be a little bit more difficult, but not. Alright, so now this is the part where I had to do a bunch, and I took a break, and my husband did it for me, and he made it across and wasn't recording, so he tried to do it again and fell. But that is the path you have to take. The trick is just finding the center of those sprinkles. So sorry you didn't see the full thing there, but you saw what you have to do. So you might have to pause it there. That was the hardest part for me. Otherwise, everything's pretty simple. The trick was just making sure you find the center area. Alright, so this next part, obviously you just have to kind of jump and jump up and around because you can't jump straight up or you'll hit your head. And then just keep following the path here. And you don't have to actually jump here, you need to walk, because if you jump you'll hit the dark matter. Just walk straight across, no jumping. Now it's safe to jump again. Right, so obviously they're a little see-through, but you can still see them there, so just be careful when you jump. And our checkpoint. Alright, so here are more sprinkles. This one was not near as hard. You can see they move a lot slower. But again, the trick is still to find the center of them, because if you stand still, then you will fall. And my thing ran out of space here, so I had to pause and free up some space and restart. Alright, so that one's much simpler. This one, keep jumping so that you don't fall off. Alright, and let's climb up. And then we're going to go across here. So yeah, that was the hardest thing. Otherwise, it's pretty simple. Just being careful as you go. Now for this one, you need to make sure that you go over here and hit the checkpoint just in case you happen to fall. So don't keep going. Come over here, grab this checkpoint first before you continue on. Right, so now let's continue. So I wasn't sure where we needed to go, but yeah, so we just need to run right back across. Right, so there's an invisible ladder here. Oops, let's try that again. Alright, climb back up. Don't fall off. Alright, so you can see if you look around, you can see the little invisible path here. This one is a little bit harder to see, so you might have to move your camera around a bit so that you don't miss the platforms. Alright, so we need to go across this path here, and we are going to take the purple and hit our checkpoint. And then continue on. The invisible paths here. Keep jumping as you go up here, because you'll fall off if you don't. Go on around. Then, oops, sorry. Let's climb up here. Jump across, watch your head. Jump back up. And you can't get up here, so you have to go around instead of trying to jump up. And then let's go over here and grab our checkpoint first. Here we go. Now we can jump up and up again. Now we can climb our invisible ladder here and go around and around again, and then climb our invisible ladder and watch out for the platforms here. You don't actually have to even jump. You can just walk straight across and around, and we are almost there. I see the end in sight. Alright, hop up, watch your head though. There we go. And then hop up one last time, and that is pretty much it. So now we just kind of have to go to the finish line, and I was so expecting something tricky to be here, but there's nothing tricky. So all we have to do is go to the end here, and you can probably jump off from here, but I was being extra careful because I thought something crazy was going to happen, and nothing did. So this is our last shard. We collect it, and it'll give us a little cutscene here. Alright, so now we just need to go down this, these stairs here. You can probably, again, drop to the very bottom. I didn't try that because, like I said, I didn't want to mess anything up. So I run down. And then drop, and it's a slide, so we'll slide on down. Alright, so now we can come up here, and I tried to talk to this Easter bunny, but I don't know, he didn't work for me, so I'm not sure if he'll work for you. So now you just need to go over here through the water, and she says you need to flip the switch here, so you jump up and push E to flip the switch. And you see Sparks' treasure chest, her chest here, come out, and you hold E to collect it, and there we go. There's our badge. That is how you get Sparks Week 4 chest and travel to Unicorn Island Obby. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and like this video. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.